Hey guys, it's Emily. So today I'm going to film a video on how to survive the Leaving Cert. I do have another video called this, but it's really long, so I thought I'd film a shorter version of it to make it easier for you guys to understand the tips. So my first tip is to be organised, and by this I mean when you get your school timetable, sit down and kind of lay out when you're going to study what subject and the amount of time you have in the evenings to study. Do this on a weekly basis, so every Sunday kind of sit down and review your week. Keep all your notes in a study, keep all your study notes in a folder, so you have to stay organised. If you're trying to go through all these folders and like figure out where the sheets are that you're looking for, it saves so much time if you're organised and you have things labelled. My most important tip is to keep in mind that the Leaving Cert is for you. I know there's so much pressure from parents and friends and family choosing your Leaving Cert subjects, when you have to keep in mind that it's your Leaving Cert. You're the one that's going to be sitting at the end of the day. You're the one that has to kind of sit through like 2 years of study, and you want to be doing subjects that you like, so don't be influenced by other people. Go through, pick subjects that you know you're going to do well at, you're going to thrive in. What do you want? That's what you should focus on. Like, what do you want to get out of the Leaving Cert? Where do you want to go career-wise, you know? Like, it's your future, not anybody else's, and I know it's really hard, but like that is the most important tip, because we put so much pressure on ourselves anyway. We don't need more pressure from other people. So once you have kind of your week scheduled and you know when you're going to study what subject and all of that, you also need to keep in mind that you need to keep the year balanced. You need to incorporate like going outside, getting fresh air, keeping a social life. Like having a social life during these exams is so important. And you know, make time for friends and family and activities. If you play soccer and you love soccer, go to soccer training, don't miss it just because I have to study for the Leaving Cert. Like obviously if it's like 2 weeks away, then yeah, maybe prioritise study over activities, but like you need to keep it balanced and do things that you like, because you need to get away from the books to keep a good frame of mind. Like mental health is so important during these exams. And I also kind of apply this point to the study as well. Like keep your study balanced. Don't just study your favourite subject all the time because it's the easiest and you like it. Also study the really hard subjects that you don't like. And I know this is hard, but what I always did was when I came home, I always studied the subject that I liked the least first, and then I had my favourite subject to look forward to, if that makes sense. And if you do this over time and you don't put it off, you don't procrastinate studying it, over time that subject will get easier, and then like it won't be such of a chore. Now my next tip is setting goals, and this is really important, because yes, the end goal is a Leaving Cert and doing well, but you need to look at it rather than one big goal. Look at it as a combination of really small goals. So every week I used to try and make goals for myself. So say if I got a result back for a test and I got a B and I wasn't really happy with that, or I got a C and I wasn't happy with that, then I'd say this week I'm going to work on that subject for an extra half an hour. And you know, there's nothing more satisfying than like ticking off a to-do list. And yeah, so set little and achievable goals for yourself, and then over time they'll add up and they'll lead to the bigger goal of the results. My next tip is don't compare yourself. Like throughout the Leaving Cert, throughout the exams, throughout the whole year, do not compare yourself to other people. People always want to know what other people get in the results in class exams and all of that stuff, but don't be like, oh, that person got an A and I only got this, and oh my god, like I'm so stupid. Like your results do not matter. If you got your test back and you did better than last time, then that is what is important. Like don't compare yourself to other people. Do not recommend when you're waiting to go into the exam hall or into a class test being like, oh, what did you study for this? And then they might say something opposite to you and you're like, oh shit, I didn't study that. And then because of that, you're going to go into a negative frame of mind into that exam, which means like you probably won't do as well on the exam. So just don't basically interact with people before exams, which I know is hard, but don't do it afterwards as well. Do not do a post-mortem on exams, because you might think, oh, that exam's so bad, but then you might get your results back and you might surprise yourself and actually have done really well in it. My last tip is for CAO. Do not just put down one option. Do not put down on your CAO what you want in, like, by the points. Put it down by your actual preference, and actually check them out. Actually look into the courses of what they're doing, what the modules are, like, look into it more, because like the course on the page might be different to it in real life. And also leave your options open. Do not just put down one option. Put down all 10 options, and also put in a level 6 or 7. If you want to see a Leaving Cert study tips video, then I will also do that for you. If you want to see the longer version of this, then I will also link that down in the description below. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!